Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my random thoughts on Thursdays, and this week I am doing the 13 personal questions tag. Alright, so this week this is a rather old tag. I think it's from 2 years ago that was floating around on YouTube, the 13 personal questions tag. I couldn't really think of anything interesting to talk about this week, so I just kind of went searching for a tag that I haven't done yet, and I thought this one looked interesting, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First question, what do you order at Starbucks? Typically, I have 2 drinks I order most of the time at Starbucks when I go. In the summer, it's usually a green tea frappuccino and occasionally a coffee frappuccino. And in the winter, it's usually a chai, pretty much. Those are my 3 standard drinks. Number 2, what's one thing in your closet that you cannot live without? That would be any one of my hoodies or sweaters or whatnot. I tend to get cold quite a lot. As I've gotten older, it hasn't been as bad as when I was younger, but I still, every now and again, I get a chill, and I always have a sweater or a hoodie or something with me. I prefer hoodies because I just think they're comfortable, and so yeah, if there's one thing from my closet I can't live without, it's any one of my hoodies that I have. Number 3, what's one thing that most people probably don't know about me? I tend to share or overshare a lot about myself, so there really isn't very much that people don't know about me that I'd be willing to talk about publicly. So yeah, not really. Number 4, name one thing that you want to do before you die. Probably the number 1 thing on my bucket list, as it were, would be to go to Japan. I have wanted to go to Japan ever since I was in 1st grade, and one of our classmates got to go, and she was gone for like a month with her family, and she came back, and her dad bought her a kimono with the little shoes and everything, and she had to give a report in front of the class. And she talked about all these amazing things that they saw and did in Japan. And so ever since then, I'm like, I have to go to Japan. And I love eating Japanese food and watching like anime and that kind of thing. So I have had sort of a love affair with the Japanese culture for a long time, and I just haven't had a chance to go yet. All right, number 5, what's one food you cannot live without? Oh, that's a tough one because I like food. There isn't very much food I don't like. But for me, it really depends on my mood or what diet I happen to be on at the time, etc. I guess for me, I tend to crave red meat a lot, so it would have to be something like a burger or a steak or something like that. Number 6, what quote or phrase do you live your life by? For a long time, my personal motto, if you will, and I kind of came up with this on my own. Someone may have said it before, but I don't know. But I've always kind of said, you know, never a leader nor a follower shall I be. I've always been fiercely independent. You can see that with the way my relationship with my husband works, in terms of the fact that we waited a very long time to get married, and we only got married primarily for financial reasons and not because of love. I mean, of course we love each other, but we didn't need the piece of paper to prove to each other that we loved each other. But the financial reasons were a good reason to go ahead and get married. And so again, you know, as I said, I'm fiercely independent, and so I don't like to follow other people. I like to stand on my own and make my own decisions, and at the same time, I don't necessarily want to lead other people, even though that part about me is changing a little bit as I'm growing and expanding my business, and I am needing to bring on board more subcontractors to my company. And so, yes, I'm going to have to be a leader in that sense. And so that, and that's the interesting thing about leading or following. In either case, you kind of lose your independence to some degree, even if you're leading, because I'm not doing everything myself anymore. I am relying on others to help me do them. And so it's it's a thing that I've struggled with for a long time in terms of being comfortable to allow myself to delegate work to other people. It's something that I started learning how to do at my old job that I was at for 11 years, but it's something I still emotionally struggle with quite a lot. So anyway, that's sort of my motto, or my phrase that I live by. Number 7, what do you like and dislike about the YouTube community? What I like is the fact that a lot of people are very willing to do collaborations. I honestly, as you've seen, I haven't collaborated with anyone. I can't imagine doing a collaboration on a vlog. I don't know, maybe someday. And because of my work schedule, doing any kind of collabs with my gaming videos is difficult because of trying to schedule things between other people and time zones and all that stuff. So I really haven't, but I do see that a lot of people tend to be very willing to collaborate, and there's a real sense of community still, I think. It maybe not as much as it used to be when it first started, but I found various chat rooms and forums and things where other YouTubers hang out in, and they're very willing to share their knowledge and their experience and their opinions and that kind of thing. And I do still feel that sense of community to a degree within YouTube, and so I really like that. I think the part that I dislike the most are probably YouTube itself and the glitches and the part I dislike the most is the part with YouTube itself and just all of the bugs and glitches in the site. Constantly having problems and things, views not updating. Today I was noticing as I was watching videos that there were the comments were not loading on any video that I was watching, which is kind of disappointing. That's one of my favorite parts of YouTube after watching a video, is reading and responding to other people's comments and leaving my own comments as well. And so, you know, that part bugs me the most about, you know, it's not necessarily a part of the YouTube community as much as YouTube itself, but that's the part that bugs me the most. If there's anything in the community that bugs me, it would be all of the people out there who purposely troll other people's videos. Now, I haven't had any trolls on my videos yet. I know you're out there, but you're being silent. I don't know why. But I know you're out there. But I see these trolls on other people's videos, and the stupid things that they post, it's just absolutely amazing. You know, it's like, you know, do you have nothing else better to do than sit around all day posting negative stuff on people's videos? I mean, seriously? Really? Well, anyway, it is what it is. All right, number 8. What's your number 1 most listened to song on iTunes? I haven't listened to anything on iTunes recently. I've been too busy to go to the gym, and I usually listen to my iPod at the gym. And I just kind of have this playlist that I listen through, and so all the songs on my workout playlist are the ones that I listen to the most often. I would say some of the ones that I tend to, since I'll skip some of the music and things, the ones I tend to never skip would be, I have 2 of Shane Dawson's songs, the Vacation song and, oh, I forget the name of the other one. Darn it. But I have 2 of his songs. Oh yeah, Super Love and the Vacation song. And then I have one from Jason Monday from a few years ago. I forget the title of it. And then there's another one from Luke Conard and Ryan Sealer where they're singing about Talk Nerdy to Me or something like that. And so those songs, and those are all YouTubers obviously, but those songs I tend to never skip those songs because I really like them. And other than that, I can't think of any right now. I really haven't listened to the playlist in like 2 months because I've just been too busy with this whole moving and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, number 9, what kind of style would you define yourself as having? And you can kind of see my style with the way I dress in my vlogs and everything, and to me it's casual, comfy. I'm in blue jeans almost every single day, except for when I'm at a business meeting or something. And comfortable shoes. Today I'm wearing kind of comfy flats right now, and you know it's summer, so or it's almost summer anyway, but it's warm in here, and so I'm wearing a t-shirt today, and it's a little lacy t-shirt, but it's still a comfy t-shirt. And in the winter I wear turtlenecks and sweaters and things, so that's pretty much just casual, comfortable stuff. I don't really have a style necessarily. All right, number 10. What is your favorite number? My favorite number is 13. Mainly because so many people are like, oh, it's unlucky, and hotels always skip the 13th floor and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Screw that. It's gonna be my favorite number. It was my grandmother's favorite number, which is probably also a reason why it's my favorite number, but I love the fact that she thought 13 was her lucky number. And so I decided it was my lucky number as well. Number 11, 2 hobbies of mine. Well, you guys know one of my hobbies, it's YouTube, obviously. And then you guys know my other hobby, gaming. So those are 2 of my hobbies. Hobbies you don't know I do, reading. I do a lot of, well, I used to do a lot of reading. I haven't had time lately. I'm so behind on the books I want to read, but I've always had a passion for reading, so that's definitely something. And then I do enjoy hiking in the summertime a lot, so those are 2 other hobbies that you might not be aware of that I like. Number 12, pet peeves. 2 pet peeves. Okay, number 1 pet peeve, bad / distracted drivers. When I'm out driving, especially people who are on their stupid cell phones or texting on their, just like, will you please put your stupid crap down and keep your eyes on the road and drive? And just talking about bad drivers, please drive the speed limit. I hate people who drive deliberately 5 to 10 miles under the posted speed limit. Why are you doing this to us? To anyone who's behind you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Why do people do this? It just drives me absolutely crazy. So that's my, just bad drivers is one of my number 1 pet peeves. I'm trying to think of another pet peeve at the moment, but I can't. I don't tend to have a lot of pet peeves. It's very difficult to get me riled up about stuff. I guess bad customer service might be another one that kind of gets on my nerves. I am the customer, and the customer service person is just rude, is just thinking that they're doing me the biggest favor in the world by giving their time to me, etc. It just, I don't like customer service that's bad. I love good customer service. And so if a company gives me excellent customer service, they keep my loyalty. Even if they raise their prices or whatnot, as long as I get good service, I am willing to pay extra for it. And I am so sick and tired of companies like, they're slashing their prices and they ship off their customer service to India or whatever. And then the customer service just becomes just absolutely awful. And it's like, give me a break. And so I will cancel my subscription. I will stop being a customer if I get bad service. If I get good service, you can keep me for life. All right, and finally, number 13, and basically, I guess one of the reasons I like this tag is because 13 is my favorite number, and it's the 13 personal questions tag. All right, so 13 is guilty pleasure. That's a good question, because I have a lot of things that would be things that I like that would be considered guilty pleasures, but at the same time I don't feel guilty for liking them, so I don't know if there really are guilty pleasures. Things like, I'm not ashamed to admit that I am a big fan of Donny Osmond. Have been for a long time. Love Soldier of Love. I loved him back when he was on the Donny and Marie show. I love Barry Manilow. Not ashamed of that at all. What else? I can't think of anything else at the top of my head, but those are a couple of common guilty pleasures, and I'm like, I don't know why people should feel guilty for liking those musicians. I think they're fine. Okay, so some people don't like them. Yeah, so what? They still have millions of fans, and I'm one of them. Alright, so thanks for watching this silly tag that I just did, and hopefully I'll have some other interesting thoughts to share with you next week. Until then, bye-bye.